Good. Okay, we're back.
All right, we're back. So the kid says, "I like cookies" in senior
Je
year of
suis.
French. Je suis. I like cookies. And our professor he does this. He always did this. You am you are. I like cookies in English. And he was like, and he just went off on everyone. And he was like talking to the chalkboard. He's like, oh, and he would talk like French, like about this class is so dumb, blah blah blah. And we'd be like, and we'd all talk. The one kid would always start to like make noises when the teacher's back was turned. I can't explain it. We were the worst class he's ever had in his entire life.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't a part of that class. I mean, I'm sure it would have been funny, but I think I just sat in the cafeteria while you guys were in that class, and I just chilled out.
It was a battle of attrition. I feel like he knew he was going to give us all bad grades. Like he would get the last laugh, but we were already past that point, so we were being as bad as we could.
Yeah,
and enjoy and laughing at ourselves because it was already too late for both sides.
Yeah, it was literally the last. What?
Right.
Did we have halves? We did like.
Yeah, I think it was a half, so it was probably a semester.
Yeah, so it was the very last semester that you had, and none of that goes to college. Like if you got into college, they wouldn't even get that score.
No. Where the hell? Oh, cool. Lost my host fell on the chair. So the only thing I want to say about him is, like I said, he was extremely long. He probably resembled what most people think of Slender Man. Impossibly long, see? And with the beard and just like something about his limbs was disproportionate and disjointed, and he would move quicker than you thought he could. Like something strange. Now he wouldn't harm a fly, and this is the other thing about him. He always showed up into the classroom 1 minute early. Like it was clockwork. It would be like 15, always 1 minute, and he would just walk in like this, and he would always let us out at exactly the time. Never a minute early. Never always give us homework. Like he was very regimented. So imagine our dismay when one day he didn't show up for 10 minutes. 10 minutes was like eternity. This is like our
left, didn't we?
Yes, we did leave because the rule was everyone had different rules for what the rules were. If your teacher didn't show up, so everyone said 5 minutes. It was probably really 15 minutes. I don't know. But a substitute would come in.
Our classes were 45 minutes, right?
40, I thought.
So that's like 5 minutes.
At 10 minutes. Well, so I still remember this. We were on the third floor of the building, facing the back, like towards the trees and like the avenue and all that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
And I remember it had been 10 minutes. People were grabbing their school bags. We're leaving. Normandy can't get us. We're out. See you, Normandy. Like I think someone drew a fish on the board to teach them a lesson.
Yeah.
Poisson d'avril.
Mm-hmm.
And someone yelled, "Look, it's Normandy." And we all went to the back window, and there he was sprinting out of the woods. Just like this. Just sprinting. And I've never seen the man run, and he was sprinting, and he came from the woods. Because there are woods, like, right near our school. And, like, I swear, in my brain, he was covered in brambles and leaves and branches and stuff, and he had this bearded, woolly mammoth look to him, and he just was sprinting towards the school, and everyone, like, stopped and stared, and he didn't say a word. And that was it. And we all left. And to this day, I still think about... Yeah, well, we left. And you don't ask him about that, so to this day, I still wonder what the hell was going on.
There's only two options. Well, actually, three.
There's like 10 options. He could have been... I don't know.
He's either napping in the woods, frolicking in the woods, or smoking in the woods.
I don't think any. I got the impression that he was chasing down justice. Like he thought he saw some cutters leaving school and he was trying to chase them down and couldn't catch them, and then realized that he was, voulez-vous? He's late for French class, so he started sprinting back towards the classroom, even though it was too late. Or I don't know. There's tons of extraterrestrial reasons he could have been out there, or like paranormal reasons.
He was chasing phantasms.
Ghosts. Maybe he's part ghost. Maybe he's part Bigfoot. Maybe he saw something. Maybe he's not a real teacher at that school, and we had free period. I wouldn't be surprised at any of it, folks. Anyway, that's props to him. He's probably still alive.
I would like to say one thing about the so three of the 4 years we had Normandy, And the one year we had this other brother, who I'm gonna call him Brother Stork. I think his name was something similar to Stork.
Yeah, I think it was.
And he was such a dick. I always hated that guy.
He was a dick. Yeah. Literally.
He was. He gave me the bad worst.
Maybe you could do the homework after school on Thursday, but it's Tuesday, and I don't have a ride on Thursday. Well, you should have thought of that before you didn't do your homework on Monday. Huh.
Yeah.
Son of a gun.
So there was like a French competition. I don't know if you remember this, because no, he didn't. He just kind of came up to me and said, like, he pretty much said, Dan, you're the second best person here, but the first best person here is actually French, so we can't use him in the competition. What a dick. And then
that's awesome.
He said, please only go to the competition if you plan on continuing your French education in the 4th year. And I went to the competition and I was like, F this shit. I don't want to do this anymore.
You finally realized you were out. So the prerequisite for going was the exact turning point of when you decided you wouldn't be doing a 4th year.
That's my comeuppance. That's my vindication.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You realize that there were a bunch of jack-offs? What are people who speak French? Jack-offs.
Feels good to say it now, because, man, that guy, for a year, he was terrible. Was it?
Yeah.
Half a year. Yeah, whatever. So it's on to our next segment here. We have a scenario and a situation. Or
I got a bad
or a situation. I don't know if I had one, but I lost it. You got one on the fly?
Okay, I do. I actually have a couple things.
Oh.
First, I want to do that all-time great, that really famous thing we do.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone tunes in at just the right time for our Celebrity Challenge.
Oh, nice.
Celebs at home. Challenge. Just everyone get your pen, get your paper, get your @ symbol, get your emails, get your tweet on. Get ready to just bombard these celebs, and we're going to bring them to their knees.
Ooh.
Woo! Bring them to the knees, folks. I want everyone to find Harvey Weinstein. He's been in the news, but I think he's a pretty good guy. It's like a redemption. I don't know. I don't know. It could be awful.
This always happens when someone like comes out with like, oh, this person did this to me, and then Bill Cosby's like, what are you talking about?
It's a pile. It's a pile.
Yeah.
No, he could be guilty of all.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're not advocating one way or the other.
Yeah.
What we're saying is, if Harvey Weinstein, and he went up against the girl from Austin Powers 2, the hot chick, who he's involved with.
Hurley? Elizabeth Hurley?
I think that's her.
Ooh.
I want them to go head to head.
Can we do all three? Was there 3?
Yeah.
There was Beyonce, Elizabeth Hurley, and then the blonde girl.
Yeah.
What's the blonde girl? Oh. She's equally attractive. I'll say that. I don't remember.
All right. The 3 girls from Austin Powers, 1 and 2, and Harvey Weinstein are in a bobbing for pairs matchup. Ooh.
Bobbing for pairs.
I think it's different than apples. Apples is corny. Pears, you got a little bit of an end on that.
They're a little bigger, too, so you got to have a bigger mouth.
I just want to see who gets the most pears. Maybe you can redeem yourself, Harvey. Maybe. That's our big challenge, folks. Find them.
The most number of pairs in a minute or so? Sounds about right. Heather Graham. Yeah, that was the other one.
Heather Graham. You got it. Damn. That's a good pickup by you. That's why I like you. That's why you can stick around. You're an unpanderer. Damn.
I always feel in conversation like 30 seconds later I got it, and then the topic has changed, and I'm just worthless.
Thank God I was slow on my topic here.
Yeah. Way to stretch it out. Stretch it out.
Stretch it out, folks. So that's Celebrity Challenge. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends who might be realtors for celebrity.
Sell those mansions.
You know what I'm saying?
Promote the unpanderers.
Yeah, I know you were looking for a mansion in this area, but
I have this.
This is gonna sound crazy. And this is gonna sound crazy. There's these guys that do a podcast. It's like it's bi-weekly. They're not bi. I mean, it's bi-weekly. Anyway, this mansion's great, but they want you to bob for pairs, and it's Heather Graham. She's gonna be there. They guaranteed it.
I think Heather Graham would do it. Beyonce would not. And then
she might.
Elizabeth Hurley.
She's queen, dude. She's bae. You think?
And they're going to challenge the guy who will never do this?
Yeah, but they're gonna like stand up for womanhood.
I think, was Bill Cosby let off the hook, or was he convicted?
I think they just keep pushing it back. I think he's eventually gonna get railroaded, but he keeps like I don't know if it's real or fake. There's an interesting thing that happens in the 40 and older black male community in Philadelphia, at least.
I don't know where you're going, but
that he might be innocent, and that or was it that he's guilty, and that all these ailments are fake? I think that's what it is.
That is one thing.
You remember he's going like blind.
Yeah, he's not doing so hot. But
no,
that's what happens when you're a celebrity. People like if they pick at one thing and then it becomes like kind of a snowball. Yeah, it becomes an avalanche.
Right, like, why would you not? Like, can you imagine having like dirt or a joke about Bill Cosby and being like, "I'm gonna hold back because that's not a popular opinion." No, you throw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's topical. It's the thing to do. It's like go with it. Why would you stop yourself? Unless you had moral value. But then again, isn't he a rapist? So maybe he doesn't deserve any sort of moral comeuppance, does he? Wow, life is complicated. That's what we're saying here on the Unpanders.
Yeah, it's a milieu, a mix of emotions. It's tough.
Here's a scenario for you. Bill Cosby's walking by. Literally a block from here, his bodyguards and newspaper people all saw a kid drowning in the river, and the bodyguard jumped over the railing. He's saving the kid. Bill Cosby kept walking. He could barely walk. Old dude shovels. Everyone and their mother is running to the river to go see all this saving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right here next to Bill, and he's walking by. You got a lead pipe on the ground. Guaranteed you wouldn't get caught. Do you pick it up and smash that piece of shit over the top of his balding head?
Do I have animosity towards Bill Cosby? I don't think I do.
It's your scenario, dude. I'm asking you. Do you? Would you do it?
I'm gonna
Not
say
even
no.
for the women? Ooh. You hate women? Is that what you're saying here? Wow. I would have bashed that piece of shit.
So
God,
this lead pipe is named Justice for Women, and I've got it in my hand.
You got it right in your hand, dude. What would you do?
And there's a crowd of women saying, "Do it."
Well, yeah. Only the women didn't care about the drowning child. They were coming to watch you.
There's only men over by the drowning child. All the women are chasing Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could. On hearsay, I could never hurt somebody.
Right. Even if I'm pretty sure he's guilty, I don't think I could pick up a lead pipe and just beat the man in the back of the head.
Yeah, let's use logic here, because we don't know what happened.
Right. Well, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to assume there's so much smoking gun that he did something bad. Some things bad. Now, did he do enough to merit being beat over the head with a lead pipe until he dies? I don't know about that.
Probably not.
Probably
now,
not.
If he was convicted in a court of law to say, damn, he has to... Oh, shit.
Would you... Jesus Christ. Can you beep?
I'll try to beep that one out.
You better. I don't care.
I have to...
Well,
Dan...
let's say...
So Dan has to beat Bill Cosby with a lead pipe
to death.
Until
that's
death.
his punishment. Would you do it then? I still would.
I think I have to do it as quickly as possible, as hard as possible, because that's the most polite thing to do.
That's the politest thing I could do.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Couldn't do it soft. Just like a slight tap until that would take weeks of slight taps until he died.
That would be the nicest thing you do, I guess.
I don't think so. That'd be painful. After a
slight
while,
taps?
He'd be like, "Please stop," and please don't, stop, don't.
It's interesting.
I gotta bleep that fucking shit out. Damn
it. You get first.
Yeah. So I'm drinking my beer quick.
Slow it down.
Ooh. Unpandering.
Moving on.
We're going on the product plug.
Ooh, do we? Well,
I have one. I know you. Yeah, you definitely have something ready. I could tell.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you go ahead. Oh, it's fantastic. So my wife recently went to an international grocery store to try something special. It's the reasons unknown. Who knows? Who cares? But she picked up two things that were interesting. They were ginger candies,
Hmm.
And this one, I think, is not that good, but the other one is delicious. But I like the caricature on the front of this. If you can see that, it's a man made of ginger.
Man laying on a bed of his dead brethren.
Yeah. While you see that one tossed up in the air?
Oh, he's eating one?
He's eating one.
Yeah. That's like Mr. Peanut eating peanuts, man. Something's wrong about this guy.
Yeah. It just seems... Yeah. You don't see Mr. Peanut eating peanuts. I don't think they do that.
Do they? That's too dark. But not for the ginger company.
But I would like to say the one that's good, this one is not so good. Prince of Peace. These ginger candies, they're like almost like a tough gummy bear, and they're like really sweet when you first bite into them, and they're chewy, and at the end, like if you eat it too quickly, it's like hot and spicy. So it's like
it's ginger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it like punishes you for eating them quickly.
I like it now. There's like a role of punishment and meting out justice involved. There's a timing thing. It's really complicated candy. I kind of like it. I mean, it sounds terrible, but I like it in theory. I'll put it that way.
As I beat Bill Cosby, I'm just like chewing these ginger candies.
Way too quickly.
Yeah.
It's like hot in my throat.
And it's supposed to be good for you too, because it like fixes your stomach or something.
Of the blood, I believe. And good for the stomach, digestion.
So Prince of Peace ginger candies, they're really, really good. I can't deny it. I'm going to eat another one by the time I go to sleep.
I will say I've introduced something new to the podcast that was supposed to be only for Thursdays. Thursday throwback.
Oh, no. It's definitely not Thursday, but go ahead. I'm willing to listen.
It's interesting. So I stayed in the mountains. No Wi-Fi, no internet, no phones, no cell phones, no... It's so weird. You put your cell phone down inside the house, and you just leave it.
Was it all men?
Yeah, of course.
That's sweaty musk. I can just sense it.
Yeah, barely any showering going on. You playing sports, a lot of sweating, a lot of beer, nighttime campfires. It just made me live my life for 2 whole days without Google, which was whatever. You don't think too much of Google, except that it solves every argument you've ever had. At one point, we argued that no species on Earth was cannibalistic, and someone was like, I'm pretty sure there's an animal that eats its own kind. Sustenance.
Then Ginger Man does.
Oh, that's what remained with the ginger fella. And I thought, in a way, that's the perfect animal. It's old and dying. Can you imagine if it ate them for fuel? It would never run out of fuel.
You'd have to constantly reproduce as an old whatever.
Well, there aren't species constantly reproducing. What I'm saying is, could we eat our grandparents? We would eat our own. We wouldn't eat our own.
You'd
be
chewing on like a really like naughty, like really tough
naughty
ear.
Grandma?
Yeah.
Naughty grandma?
I just like, which part would not like... No thank you. I don't think I could.
I'm not sure. I don't think so either. But whatever. We couldn't solve the argument. Another argument broke out where we argued about... Was it Gary Busey? If he was in this B movie that everyone barely saw. And someone swore by it, and everyone said, no, you're thinking of someone else. It's hard to forget him. We couldn't IMDb it.
Wow.
The argument didn't end. It just kept going. So like an hour later, you're like, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. And it's just so weird. You're around a campfire. Everyone's having a good time. And then we love music. It's our favorite thing. Well, each of us have roughly 5 CDs on our phone. We would play them all day through these Bluetooth speakers. And you'd need Bluetooth. You could plug it in direct with the little 3.5 millimeter jack.
Yeah.
So we did that. We had a great time. But after like 9 hours, everyone's music supply was used up. And we were like, yo, you got to check out their new stuff. Or you got to check out blah, blah, blah. Or I wish I could play you blah, blah, blah.
Pull
and everyone paused. And we couldn't pull it anywhere. It was just interesting. Like you couldn't finish an argument. You couldn't show someone new music. You couldn't explain a meme to someone that hadn't seen one. You know, with the dog. And it says, you know, can we has a coin? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And everyone would check their phone, go inside and be like, well, I don't just save pictures of memes. I'm not an idiot, but I can pull it up in a minute. Just we got to drive into town. We got to drive into town. Like, it was just, arguments were different back then, and it's kind of...
That does give me a throwback, because...
Go ahead.
I remember when people used to discuss things and argue, and it'd be like a long argument, and then it would show up later in the night, and then you just, like, you become friends through arguments.
Ooh. You could. Arguments were much longer and drawn out.
Yeah. Now you just have that one guy that's just like, I'm sick of this. I'm just going to
Google it.
Boop. And he's like, yeah, you're wrong. Like, there's no heart to it. Like,
right. I guess it's smarter, though. I mean, you're not wasting everyone's time, but you're losing out on valuable arguments.
So what is the point of life?
Ooh. Oof. And now we get to our main topic, laziness, folks.
Yeah.
Welcome to laziness.
The whole point is to be the laziest individual known to man.
Is it?
The quickest route to retirement or vacation, as I was going to say.
Is it the quickest route to death? No, because then that would be suicide,
It's
right?
not enjoyable, no.
Is it the quickest route to having money and then not working for it anymore? Like you just said, like retirement, I guess?
People always say when you retire, you don't need to make any more money, that you can just do whatever you want and you'll be content. I don't know that I'll be content just playing video games all day, which I actually did today.
Did you? What,
yeah.
What for the podcast, can you break down a little bit of what we played a little bit?
Factorio. Have you ever heard of Factorio?
No. Does that have an exclamation point at the end of the game?
It does not, because it's not self-absorbed.
Bogus. It's not self-absorbed.
The summary is that you have these resources and you have all these factories, so you're making them into various things.
I know exactly what game this is. It has the brown logo.
Yes.
Half the letters are gears and stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I never purchased it or really looked into it. Is it cool?
I've been playing it for like 4 straight days. It is really enjoyable because it's all about supply chain management.
It sounds like a real barn burner for the folks at home.
But it's endlessly interesting, because you're like, oh, why aren't those gears being made? And then it's like you have to go through your chain and see like, oh, that piece of shit, he's broken. And then you have to like, tweak it so that you produce everything like down the chain to make it right.
It literally sounds like we're describing your ideal job or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't follow.
Which is automating everything. So I think the whole point of the game,
because you're lazy.
I am lazy.
You're working so hard at being lazy, so hard. You're micromanaging because you want to just not manage.
I will say this. In the middle of the game, I was like, man, this shit's boring as fuck. So I was like, I'm going to cheat. And like the cheat codes allow you to make stuff, but this game is not about having things.
Available?
What's that?
Cheat codes readily available? Like they just...
Yeah, you can make whatever you want. You're like, I want 200 of this thing. And it's just like you type in a code and it's like, boop, here you go. But that's not what the game's about. The game's about like being able to produce constantly. So it's just like if you have stuff, it doesn't...
When you cheated, you've actually cheated yourself, because now you can't maintain that anymore. You've just created something out of nothing. You'd have to either keep creating something out of nothing, or you'd have to buy more building block supplies.
Yeah. It's all about the layout and what you're producing. It has nothing to do with what you have.
Interesting.
So, like, the moment I realized that cheats won't work, I was like, man, okay, I'm just going to actually play this game and decide when it became too boring. And I don't know if it became too boring today, because I was, like, sitting there like, I don't know if I want to go up. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go up the chain or be lazy about it and just relax and play a game today, which I don't get to do almost ever.
Did you find that you couldn't enjoy it as much as you wanted to? Like, you enjoyed it. I wouldn't say you didn't enjoy it, but did you feel like you were shirking responsibility or not spending time with someone, or something was going to ruin it at any minute?
I kind of did. I'll say that this weekend was an exception, because I steam cleaned my carpets, so I did a lot of work. And then, like, whenever I, like, would be, like, focused in the game, and then, like, my focus would dwindle, and I'd just be sitting there, like, what to do now? I'd be like, should I keep playing this game or do something productive? But I clean the carpets, so I'm going to keep being unproductive.
That's awesome. I can't believe you had to build an excuse. I need to get one of them. Yeah. Anytime I'm doing it, I'm like, I just feel like a little worse playing it. whatever it is, for too long, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, I gotta keep playing. I'm getting good at it, and then I'm like, I'm gonna get yelled at. There's gonna be a lot of crap I gotta clean up. I'm gonna have to spend extra time with someone.
It always goes back to the times in college when there was no one to get on your back about things, and you had
Dude, you could spend.
Yeah.
That's where peak human is really achieved. College. Let's be serious.
peak human.
Yeah, I think we discussed this in one of the previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally surrounded by people in your age bracket. Like, I'm talking a tight window.
Yeah.
And it's during your peak sexuality, and you have more free time than you'll ever have, more resources than you'll ever have, and fewest responsibilities. I understand you have responsibilities, but you're not paying all of your bills.
Yeah, they're narrow and
Your
focused.
responsibilities are very narrow. They're like 4 hours a day plus whatever time it takes you for homework.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of your time is spent either being as creative as you'll ever be, to a degree. I understand there's exceptions to every rule. Teaming up with people in your age bracket to do God knows what, whether it's in video games, at a frat house.
Everything.
We do not condone those activities.
Yep.
Sports, like you're going out, you're doing whatever the hell you want. There's no curfew. There's no parents. There's no job. You could even cut 3 to 4 classes in a row and still not really lose too much. You'd be able to recover from that. You can't miss 3 to 4 days of work just unannounced. And you know what I mean? So really, you're at your peak, whatever your peak I guess.
I don't think we'll ever get that back. But you could be.
Nah.
You could be.
You're striving for it in retirement.
Yeah.
But in retirement, you're not surrounded by all your neighbors, aren't your peers. Although retirement home, is that what that is?
I've always heard of that being the saddest thing ever because it's just people, your friends, start passing away on you, and you're just like, man, this is.
There's the issue. You have everything except the health.
And the future, you have no hope.
I mean, you could plan for 10 more years, Dan. Jeez, let's not get that dark. But it's not the same as when you're 21 in the future.
Yeah, you're not starting a family and like
right. It's
places. It's just like this is the terminus. Do you really want to be at the terminus, or do you want to be at the beginning? Big thing.
Well, anyone over 60 just turned off our podcast.
Yeah, they decided to terminate our podcast.
Thank you, Antarctica, for the follows. Saying you're an older fellow, but thank you.
But there's definitely like a creativity and laziness, because I was allowed to allow myself to like go downhill until I was like, what can I do now? You know, like it wasn't like what should I do? It's like, what are the possibilities?
What path do I want to take right now?
Yeah. So you start figuring things out in the game that like. There's these like blueprints, so you're allowed to copy full sections of your base and make them modular, and then just be like, poof, poof, poof. You're allowed to like put them all down all at once, and then these robots will come out like they have a suit, and the robots will just do all your work for you. So I was like, wait a second, like this is super easy. You just run through the field, and it's just like do 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 do. I was just like, huh, I just created more than I could do with a cheat code.
Interesting.
So that game, it's awesome, but I don't know where it goes, and I think I might be done with it.
Might be peaked.
Right there. Because now I have responsibility that I can't be lazy. I don't see the next opportunity where I could just play with it.
Sounds a little bit like life.
Yeah, life.
Interesting.
So I guess my question is, when is laziness an advantage besides the creative notion that I just mentioned?
I was going to say shortcuts, I guess. And then also, I guess, people that work too hard.
Do you mean
like
they do every little bit and they repeat it?
Yeah, they don't stop.
Yeah.
Well, they don't stop working. It's a guy that works at the car place, and he does 60 hours a week, and then he comes home and fixes stuff all weekend. And then, like, he doesn't really spend that much time with his kids. And then he... maybe he drinks, I don't even know. And then he goes to bed. And then he wakes up and he has to do it again. Like, and he works Saturday, all the days of the week, and then on Sunday there's a project or something that's always being done.
Something like that's like middle America, blue collar. They do this thing, and that's what they do. And then somewhere in the middle of their career, it ends. And maybe along the way, they should have realized that like maybe there's a way to do this thing better than other people, so that I can continue or grow.
See, you're thinking strictly from an economical standpoint, though. I feel like,
and
or
I'm
like,
an engineer, so it's like
mhm.
I tweak things all the time.
But like, what about from his life standpoint? Like, I feel like he might never really get a hobby, might never really know what he wants to do, so that he's lived his life from 18 when he got the job till 60 or something, and he now maybe he does have free time. Let's say he worked hard enough and he does have the money. Like, he doesn't even know who he is. Now he just has free time. Like, he didn't become anyone. He just, all of a sudden, everything he did with his life, which was his job, his chores, his whatever, is him. So now that he doesn't have the job, as many projects, does he make projects? I don't even know. Does he not know what to do with himself?
Becoming a Renaissance man after 40 years.
Can you?
Reinvent yourself? I don't even know if you can if you've done the same thing for 40 years and never sat back and realized that you could focus on something else.
Deep thoughts here. Whew.
Yeah, because we're going to go fast forward ourselves in 20 or 30 years and be like, man, I did the same thing for 30 years.
Yeah, but I feel like we're weird enough where we do podcasts. We sometimes dabble in musical stuff.
Yeah.
We
dabblers, danglers.
We touch our butt chin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I let the beard grow out, so it's like it's got an extra sensory perception right here.
Yeah, extra sensory something.
Ooh.
It's interesting. What if I told you something interesting for your scenario?
Oh.
It just occurred to me today. I forget when. Some higher being comes to you, just shows up. I don't know if it's God, it's a dwarf, a dude with a golden staff. You're like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Okay.
He says, if you turn right now, walk out the door, leave your life, travel west 300 miles. Don't pick up your cell phone. Don't ever talk to anyone from your past life. You can do whatever you want, but don't just drop this whole part of your life. Let it all go. Try and get a new social, try and get a new everything, whatever, new name. I don't care. I guarantee 100% that your life will be better. He doesn't say how much better. Could be 1% better.
It's not the happiest life you could live. It's just slightly better.
It's better. Well, he didn't say slightly. He didn't say much. Would you do it?
I don't think I would.
I don't know many people who would. It's such a strange thing. But your life's getting better. So what's the point of life? Isn't it to be better?
It most certainly is.
So who are you worried about? All the people you leave behind, I guess?
Are you gonna? Yeah, I guess you built this life yourself. You're not relying on someone else. So I guess you'd have to trust the person entirely. Like if it was your most significant person, which is not your significant other.
Just the person who's the most important in your life?
Yeah, yeah. If they told you that you were making the wrong decision and you needed to change your path.
See, I think people can be wrong. The purpose of this exercise is literally it's a deity, it's a god.
So you know it's a god, like you know. It's
it's a god. Oh, you know it's literally 100% true. 100. There's no doubt. There's no whatever. But they don't tell you how much better, and they don't know how or why.
Can I change it? Can I tweak it? Because I'm thinking like I wouldn't do it for my own happiness, but I do it for other people's happiness.
Oh, so if he'd be like, you can make everyone's life would be better.
Yeah.
Everyone in your life, significant other, your kids, your relatives, your friends, your workers, everyone's life would be better. Not necessarily by how much, but it would be better. Would you leave?
I think I would at that point. I'd be like, well, I'm not hurting anybody. I mean,
right,
initially, but not in the end.
You'd be hurting yourself.
So in this scenario, he's saying that I might not be happier. I could.
Yeah. Well, in your scenario, yeah. He's saying everyone else will be happier, not necessarily you. And again, there's no guarantee how much happier. They could be literally 0.1% happier, just almost exactly the same, but you're not in their life.
I think I would. I think
happier.
I think I would buy into that because then it opens up my life to possibilities, and I get to live a different possibility.
But you're older. I don't think they said relive your life.
Well, in my view, it's reliving all the options that you have when you're resetting a certain base.
You are resetting your whole base, technically.
Which I would enjoy. I think I would to try it all again. I'd do it again because I don't think after this there's much you could redo. But you're living vicariously through all your little people.
Sorry, I'm writing something down. Saying a note to your wife.
He's gonna leave you at the first opportunity. Is that what you're writing?
At the first option of a deity, telling him everything will be better.
I can't believe you trusted in God. It's written on our money. It's
trouble.
written on your $1 bill.
Big trouble, mister.
$5 bill. $10 bill.
I do want to do a quick shout out. Kalanish is a company. They make this bad boy. It's Kalanish. I'll spell it for you in a few minutes. This bad boy.
It's like it's turquoise Adam's apple.
Close. It's a turquoise glyph. You know what constitutes something being a glyph?
Does that have
It's
something
raised
on it?
and formed. No. It's raised and formed almost entirely in the presence of pure 100% crystals. What I've noticed is it's to clarify my blood, my mind, my digestion, and my heart. I've been wearing it for almost an hour or two now, and I want to say I'm more in touch with everything.
Wow.
You can find these online. They always recommend you buy one with your birth sign. Mine was Aries the Ram, so I bought one that was raised under the moon of Aries the Ram. They cultivate these crystals. They're 100% guaranteed. You really have to match up your spiritual chakra, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I think I found mine, and it's made me stronger, wiser, able to jump higher, actually. Right before I turned on the podcast outside the room, I was jumping. And usually I jump and touch the ceiling before I do a podcast here for the Unpanners. It's just what I do.
Really? Wow.
It gets me into the zone. I don't know. Well, I jumped before this with my
Your new chakras.
100% turquoise glyph, and I literally almost punched through my ceiling. I've never done that. I have no clue what's going on. Something supernatural, something really cool, something just... It speaks to me in a way I can't explain, and I want everyone to listen. Go out and buy one today. I'm begging you. It's like there's a gun to my head, and if I don't sell enough of these, they'll take my house, my kids, everything. So please, go out and buy a Kalanish turquoise today. It'll make everything better. You'll be so happy that they didn't take your wife and kid, that they didn't take everything. Oh my God, I love my kid. Just don't let them take my kid. You'll be so happy, and you'll be able to do anything, and your blood will be so much better, and it'll be great. Just do it today. $49.99.
Wow, that's expensive.
It doesn't come with a necklace. You gotta get your own.
What? Holy crap!
It's just how it is. Okay.
So,
Whew.
I do have an individual in my life that will purchase things like that. There was shoes that were so regular shoes. They have like a flat bottom, but these had like a like a little like sphere on the bottom, so you could roll for straightening out your back.
Yeah, that'll work.
And I think at the same time there was a bracelet that was made of copper.
Yeah, that'll help the blood.
Yep, filter your blood, but it was like rusting.
And cut them. And
yeah, it has that like the bluish, greenish. Yeah, it was like starting to mar his skin. So like these things, they seem like I'll give them a shot, and then after a year, it's like no, that thing didn't really do.
You think it works for like a few weeks? I feel like, or like a week. Positive thinking, right?
Placebo. Yeah, positive thinking.
Yeah, placebo, baby.
I want to improve myself. You could probably just say that when you wake up in the morning and be like, "I'm a better person." He'd be the shittiest person known to man.
Also, for the record, this is my girlfriend's. Her best friend actually made it for her. It's not. It doesn't cost any money.
Okay, good.
I'm just showing the advertisers how I can sell a product.
Oh yeah, you can sell.
I can sell, baby.
I can really see that. Do not
shout out Gretchen.
Do not eat yourself. The Ginger Man does.
Shout out Gretchen. This is pretty cool, and I like it. I don't think it's supposed to have any powers or anything, but I should wear a V-neck with this bad boy.
Does it shave your chest for you? Is that?
Nope. I did that because I was going away for a weekend with the boys. So
Oh, the boys. I know they appreciated it.
Fellas.
So,
hey.
I'm going to go back to laziness and
Hey,
advantage.
let's round that out here.
Yeah.
Just spitballing here.
Sure. What? So I watched Naked and Afraid, and have you ever seen that show? They drop somebody a pair of people.
And what do they get? You get to pick one thing.
Yeah, you get to pick one thing, which is like hopefully your partner doesn't pick the same thing. Like you're a moron. So they.
Well, now we both have shoes.
That's fantastic. Yay! And they hate each other. So they drop this person, two people in. I'm gonna say Brazil. I think it was like a desert.
Is it always the same place? I don't know.
No, it's a different place every time.
Okay, I don't know.
But these were it was like a Brazilian desert, which was really beautiful because it has like crystal clear sand.
Hell yeah.
But no food. There was some water. I think there were like
that would be a problem.
Lakes of water.
Eventually.
Yeah. So there were two opposite people. There was a guy who was like, there's nothing to do here and there's no food, so I'm just gonna sit here. I'm literally gonna be the laziest person known to man to survive this challenge.
Oh, they figured the other person would spend too much energy and go crazy and everything?
Well, wait a second. So this other person was like, I'm a go-getter. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm just going to keep searching for food, keep drinking water, and
make all these things.
Yep. Midway through the episode, she's like splashing water, and she's like trying to figure out how to get food out of this lake, and there's no food in there, so she's just like wasting her time, and she passes out like right on the edge of the water. And they took her to the hospital, and she was done. Nice. And the lazy guy's just like scratching his stomach, just like, "Yep, that's what I thought would happen."
Nice. Naked and effed, lady. Yeah. Shouldn't have messed with the lazy guy.
So he survived. He made it the whole way because he knew he had to be lazy. He was like, "This is the best way through this entire thing," because I think it's 3 weeks, 21 days. Sounds about right. Of being extremely lazy and just sitting there and doing nothing to survive.
Did he get food?
He ate like a grasshopper. Like he was like, "Oh my grass!" Oh, and he just grabbed it. So,
damn. I mean, this can work for you, I guess.
Yeah, I assume like way back to when.
Shout out to all those kids in their basements right now watching us, huh? Yeah.
Get those 30-year-olds. Yeah, they're tasty.
Yeah.
If I guess in the past when you had like a village and you knew there was like a window where you could like get the most nutrition out of something, the most calories, like you would be like completely inactive up until that point, and then it'd be like boom, and then you jump up and grab that.
Just do something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're a grasshopper. Sure.
Yeah. Grab that grasshopper because
it's. Well, this is weird. I don't know if I should always say these things on the podcast, but it's kind of too late now since I kind of brought it up. Follower of the show, Hooge.
Oh no.
No, this is real, and it's kind of disturbing.
What did he do this time?
His girlfriend's very into like scene stuff, like for a while she was goth, for a while she's this. She gets into these fads. Whatever, I'll tell you anyway. So the other day, she wanted my friend, the Hooge, to cover her in bugs.
Oh, what kind of bugs?
Grasshoppers, crickets, anything you could buy at the store for like your pet snake.
Okay,
your mouse, whatever. Cover her in these bugs, and then give it to her while he wore a grasshopper mask. I thought it was. Anyway, I said, "Wow, did you laugh her off? That's ridiculous." And he said, "No, the mask came over the weekend and it cost him $39.99." And he sent me a picture of it. It looks pretty good. It's not that good. It looks terrifying. It's rubber. I don't know. Anyway, they did it in like light of the full moon, and I don't know. He has to go to the doctors. He has some kind of cricket infection in his pee area. She was fine, but he's got like cricket marks all over. And when he sits down, it chirps. So, shout out to Hooge.
Big cricket.
No, it's actually very small. This cricket, incredibly small. But shout out. We do hope you heal properly. You take the medication. If it's an antibiotic, you got to finish it, right? We don't want super bugs. Pardon the pun. And shout out if your lady's into something weird. Maybe don't always go with it.
Yeah.
This is to everyone.
But,
I mean, within reason.
But at least tell us what it is, because we're definitely intrigued.
we want to know. It's just we don't want to see it.
It's kind of my thing to know things.
We want to know.
See, what I'm imagining is he's in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and he gets trapped in that room with the ceiling that's falling, and there's insects everywhere, and she has to stick her hand through all the insects, and then somehow have sex in the middle of all those insects.
Maybe that's where it started. Maybe they just watched Indiana Jones. I don't know. Shout out to them and their promiscuous lifestyles. I love it. Keep going.
I don't know that would be a fantasy of mine, but if my woman was like, I want to do this thing because I think it's awesome and I'm totally into it, I'd be like, I guess I'm going to have to.
Yeah, but the mask is going too far, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, people wear different masks. They're furries and
in life. Oh, I thought you were going to say different masks through life. And you were going light on that, but you went way heavier than I thought. Yeah. Like a sexual bunny rabbit or a sexual pony or whatever. Yeah, that's too much. What do you think the worst furry is that you could buy?
The most demeaning furry?
I was just going with the worst one. Like, no one buys this.
What is the cutest, cuddliest animal known to man?
You think there's a scorpion furry? It's just like this flattened face. It's just like eyes on the side and everything. Is there a spider furry? I don't know.
Praying mantis?
She's standing alone in the corner. Yeah. No one's willing to talk to her.
Creeping next to her.
Doing this. Some guy's like, it's like last call. He's like, well, I figured. Yeah. Buy a drink? She's like...
She puts on her mask, and then it's like, oh man, who's going to die tonight?
Oh, he's dead. He's dead, folks.
He's definitely dead. Don't trust a woman with a praying mantis mask.
I don't know that you would.
She's going to pick up that lead pipe and just...
Bill Cosby.
Yeah. She's going to get you 20 years later. Ooh, my heart just, I think it just unclogged an artery right there.
I think you did something.
That was fantastic. Oh, okay. So it's, what else is there? What else is there?
I think there's wrapping it up.
Yeah, I think there's any questions? I don't think we have any questions yet.
From the ether? No, I don't think we have any. We had suggestions. That looks like it's all in Russian.
Yeah, mine just says play Factorio more. I don't know if I have time. I'll try. We'll try. So I'm Dan, and
today I'm Nick, folks.
Just for today.
Peace, bro.
We are
together
Panders.
We like you, folks.
Yeah, there's a website right there, unpanders.com. There's some other stuff.
Really small. Right down there.
Around.
Right down there. We like you, folks. Let's be honest here. We like you.
A lot. A lot. We do. Check it next time.